Hey everyone, welcome back to 7 days of hypermobile full body strength. My name is Eva and I am really excited to take you through a standing workout today. So I'm going to start by saying I apologize for any excessive noise in the background. I have a bunch of people in my home today, so people are just kind of moving around. But we're just going to keep rocking and rolling. For today's class, you are going to need a mini resistance band or a long one that you can tie in a circle. Today I'm using a medium weighted band because that's just what I feel good for. And then you are also going to need a longer resistance band. I am using a lighter band because that's what I have with me today. But you guys can really use any sort of tension that you'd like. We are going to primarily do standing exercises today. So if that is too challenging for you right now, or if you need any sort of support, like something to hold on to, a chair back, a countertop, go ahead and set yourself up now in a space where you have a little bit more support to use. And then of course, as always, before any of these workouts, I want to remind you guys that if anything is not feeling good to you today, if it's not feeling beneficial, please just don't do it. Come back and do this workout at another time because it is just so not worth putting yourself in more pain in order to just say you did the workout. So without further ado, we are going to dive right on in, starting with a little bit of work through our mini band. I want you guys to pop the band either just above or just below the knees. I really don't care which is which. Below the knees is always going to be a little more challenging. Above the knees, a little bit easier. I'm going to go above the knees today, and I'll see if I want to go below in a second. We are going to start on one end of our mat or our workout space with the feet in a nice parallel. And before we even go anywhere, I want you guys to just take a couple inhales and exhales. Can you guys feel your feet on the floor? As you stand, can you take note of if your feet is further forward or backward? Are your ankles dropping in or maybe collapsing out? Can you take note of where your big toes, your little toes, your heels are all connected to the floor? Take note if your knees are feeling really locked out, or can we put just like a tiny little bit of softness in the knees? Not a bend, just soften. See if you wobble at all, and we're gonna get moving here, keeping the legs nice and long, not locked, but just lengthy. Weight stays strong in your feet as you straight legs step across your mat. I'm gonna do this over the course of 3 steps. You might be taller or shorter and need more or less, that's fine. We're gonna go right back the way we came, and as you guys cycle through this movement, I want you to be aware of a couple of things. I want you to take note, is your upper body turning into a bell? Are you swinging back and forth in the wind? Or can you stay really nice and just upright, even if it means a smaller step? Can you keep your hips nice and level? Or with every, this is helpful, with every step you take, are you kind of clunking into your hips? Can you keep things nice and solid here? And last but not least, can you keep your toes pointed forward? It's very easy for us to start kind of going like this. We don't even realize we're doing it. Let's point those toes forward so we can really work through this outer hip, which is what we're going for in activation right now. I'm going to do 3 more rounds, up, back, and up again, and then we're going to add on a little bit. Last 2, make sure we're breathing. Ooh, I feel my bum just a little bit. And last round. Okay, now we're going to do a very similar situation. Take a second if you need it. We're going to do the exact same movement. We're just going to put a soft bend in the knee. So in order to do that, I want you guys to just very softly put a little bend in your knee. Find your weight in your heels. Find your weight at the balls of your feet and your pinky toes. So we're not gliding all the way backward, but we're not shooting our weight forward either. Keeping your feet pointed forward. I want you to pretend your legs are like robot legs. And when you take this step across, you're not letting the knees knock inward. All right? Let me take this back up. Everything is staying really robotic and controlled. I might take the band down a little bit to make it a little more challenging because I'm just not feeling a whole lot of work here. But same principle applies. Your knees, your legs are like robot legs. Can you keep your hands on your hips and feel the hips stay really nice and level? And if you're struggling with that today, maybe take some smaller steps. As you cycle through this, we want to check in that we're feeling this in the kind of outer bum area, maybe a little bit in the glute max, which is kind of right back into your central bum. You want to make sure you breathe as always and stay soft through the upper body, okay? So nice little hippie warm up here. I'm going to do last one up and back. And step across, however many feel good for you. And take a moment. Alrighty guys, so we've gone back and forth a number of times. Now I want to start going forward and backward. Now this is someone where a movement, again, where if you guys need a little bit of support, go ahead and grab onto a counter or grab some supports and walking aids as you need. I'm going to keep the band just around my calves. It might shift a little bit. And we're just going to take some steps forward, big enough that you're holding tension in the band. I like to call this Frankenstein steps because you kind of look like you're moving like Frankenstein moves. So you're going to keep a little bend in the knee and you're just going to step. Ideally, I'd like to take more, but unfortunately, I'm limited on space here today. So I'm just going to go backward and forward. You don't have to do the arms. I just think it's kind of funny. Oh, good. Backwards and forwards. This one, we don't have to worry so much about being perfectly even at the pelvis. You can keep a soft bend in your knee. Just kind of move. You're going to feel a little more in the fronts of the hips. You're going to feel a little more hopefully in the backs of the hips. And if this is not feeling stable to you today, just ditch it. But hopefully some of you guys out there are starting to feel a little warmth in the hips. Maybe feeling a little connection to the core. All right, I'm going to do one more round up and back. I just did a few more of these because they feel really good today. And back we go. Beautiful job, guys. Alrighty. So we've gotten nice and warm in the hips. How about we go ahead and grab our long resistance bands now. And we're going to start incorporating a little bit of upper body work. So I'm going to take the band, the mini band off my legs, just because I don't need it right now. I'm going to take the middle of my long band, and I'm going to step my feet into it, just like the middle of my feet, so it's kind of comfortable, and so it's relatively even on each side. Now I'm going to stand up nice and tall with the band. We're going to start really small and simple here, guys. Palms are facing the back of the room. Can you pull the band? Lift your elbows out towards the side, only so much as feels strong and tall to you. And then lower back down. You'll see my first few are not going to be very big at all. And that's okay. And I want you guys to stand tall on your feet. Feel the resistance band under your feet. The energy up your body. Palms stay facing the back of the room as you pull the band up. The work is going to be in your shoulders here, guys. Chest is open, and exhale. See if you can get a little bit taller. See if we can pull a little bit higher now. I'm going to go for 5 more. And now we build the range so long as it feels good for you. Breathe as feels good for you. Don't worry about the in or out. Just as long as you're breathing, I'm happy. I'm going to go 2 more. And exhale. Last one. And relax. Beautiful, beautiful job, guys. All right. Now we're going to crisscross the straps. And we're going to do kind of a similar movement here, but now we've got force coming from the opposite side of the body. This will also make the strap a little bit heavier, so just be ready for that. I want you guys to use a little bit more power on this next round. Soften, little bend in the knees. On your exhale, let's pull and release. Ready? Let's go again. Tops of the shoulders, pull and release. And because the crisscross makes the band a little tenser, we just gotta use a little bit more chutzpah. And pull. Ready? Keeping the feet grounded. Little soft bend in the knee just to give you a base. And pull. And pull. Good. Let's go for 4 more. Exhale. Wrists are long and strong. Last 2. And 1. And relax. Beautiful job, guys. Alrighty, go ahead. You can step out of the band. And now we're going to get into a movement that's a little bit more dynamic. So if you need a balance support, now's your time to grab it. We are going to take the middle of the band under 1 foot. Step on it nice and solid. With the same hand, same side, same foot, you're going to grab the band. Now you've got band under my right foot, holding it in my right hand. I'm going to take a big step back, and we're going to end up in a lunge. So I feel good to do this without balance support today. You guys do what you got to do. You're going to nicely peel your back heel up. Let your weight settle softly onto the back toes. Front knee is bending, so without the band in the way, you can see my leg shape here. It's just a nice little lunge. Lean your torso forward as best you can, and let's go ahead and pull back through the band. Now you guys may notice my opposite hand is resting on my thigh. That's totally cool. If you want to pop it on your hip, that's cool as well. And let's glide the elbow back. Your job here is to keep your weight in your front foot. Keep the tension in the band as you pull back through the upper back, through the shoulder. Try not to let your shoulder hike up around your ear, all right? Glide the shoulder blade down. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Stand it up tall and go ahead and relax. Take the band out from that foot. Shake it out, and we are going to do the other side. So I'm going to turn myself around. The middle of the band is going under my left foot. Left hand has got some tension on the strap. I'm planting my left foot in front. Right heel is lifted in the back. Lean your torso forward as long as you can support it. And on your exhale, glide your elbow back. Nice little single arm row here. You're definitely going to feel some work in your left leg, you guys. In whatever is your front leg, that's going to heat up. The upper back and shoulder are going to heat up. Try to keep your weight a little bit more in the front heel, not in your toes. Let's go. 3, 2. I'm going to do 1 more after this, actually. Go ahead and relax. The reason I like to add on repetitions sometimes is because I don't know if any of you guys ever get this feeling. Take a breath for a second. But sometimes I'm in a position doing a movement, and then all of a sudden I'll kind of shift something, and something will connect. And then all of a sudden I feel it really, really well. I feel the muscles engaged that I really want engaged. So when I hit that point, I'm like, okay, here's the feeling. Let's do a few more reps to reinforce this feeling and reinforce all these muscles we just got kicked on. So I know I'm not very even side to side all the time, but that's my logic for it for you guys. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple more movements. This is a squat variation that we've done together in other workouts. It showed up a lot in my 31-day series, and I really like it. You're going to step back in between the middle of the band. You're actually going to keep the band uncrossed, but kind of choke up on it a little bit. If you can wrap your hands in if you'd like. So we start with a good amount of tension with the strap in your hands. Feet are going to be a little bit wider than the hips. Toes are pointing relatively forward. Ground your feet. Feel that connection up your legs, to your hips, to your spine. Chest is open, and we're going to squat. I want you guys to send your tailbone back behind you. Bend the knees so the knees track over your middle toes. Only go so far as feels good to you. And then push from your feet to your knees, to your hips, to the spine. Feel the feedback of the band give you some resistance. And let's go again. Sink your bum back. Knees are going to try to stay over those middle toes. Ground your feet. Go as low as feels comfortable to you. And then up we go. Let's rock and roll. Breathing as you cycle through this. I'm going to turn to the side so you guys can just see the angle a little bit better. Sink it down. I definitely feel like I'm a little bit more forward folding today than I normally am, but I'm just going to roll with it. It's not hurting. And I still feel very much my legs, my bum, my core. I feel open. And keep going. Inhale and exhale, pushing through the feet, the legs, the hips, the spine. And we'll go 4 more. Making sure your abdominals just stay a little bit active here, guys. We don't want to like pop your butt super far back and let the low back arch. Let's go 3, 2, 1 more. And up, and go ahead and relax. You can step out in the middle of the band, shake out your legs, shake out your arms. Beautiful, beautiful job, guys. How are you feeling? I do want to do 1 more round of those squats, and I want to add a little bit of an upper body movement. Let's just take a breath, walk around the mat, and just see how your body feels. My legs are definitely a little bit tired, but it's not a bad tired. So when you're ready, we're going to do 1 more round of those squats, and we're going to add in our upper body component. So stepping your feet just a touch wider. You're going to choke up the band just as much as feels good to you. We're going to add a bicep curl to this movement. So what that's going to feel like is sinking down into that squat position, grounding through your feet, pushing up to the top of the movement, and if it feels good to you, give me a little bicep curl. And then let's rock and roll. Sink it down, push it up, and bend those elbows. And as you cycle through this movement, same idea with the legs. We want to push through the feet, legs, hips, and spine. Bicep curl only so far as you feel good with your elbows and wrists. And try not to let your elbows hike back behind your body, all right? Remember that this is not a bicep curl. This is a bicep curl, all right? And this strap is a little heavy for me, so I'm not doing a full bicep curl today, but that's okay. And up we go. Though I will say these, I've been working on my wrists a lot recently. These are feeling a lot better on my wrists these days. Sink it down. Up we go. I'm going to go for 3 more. Pushing through the feet, the hips, the spine. We're going to go for last 2. Push it up. Bend those elbows. Pull, pull, pull. Last 1. Sink. And up. And there we go. Beautiful, beautiful job, guys. How are you feeling? All right, we're done with our bands. We're going to cool down just a little bit. But let's just kind of wave back and forth. How are your legs feeling, your hips? I kind of run into this issue every now and then where like it just feels like my quads are like dead. I've said this before in classes. And so I started this workout kind of feeling that way. Now they actually feel a little bit better. So we're gonna wind down with a little kind of foot foundation series. This is actually often how I warm up for classes, but we're gonna use it to cool off today. So I want you guys to just stand with your feet under you. I want you to find the heel of your feet on the floor, your big toes, your pinky toes. And as you breathe, I want you to shift your weight softly to the inside line of your foot. Let the ankles come towards each other. And then softly let the ankles go away from each other. And we're just gonna rock back and forth like that. Nice and small, guys. Hypermobile ankles. We can do a lot of movement with the ankles typically, but I want you to keep it really small. And I want you to notice if maybe one ankle feels a little bit more restricted than the other. I want you to notice as you cycle through this, do you start to get any shifts or shimmies up higher in the hips? How do your knees feel with this movement? And let's go 3 more. Sometimes I do ankle and footwork and I get sensation like all the way up into my neck, and that's because all the tissue is connected from the heel all the way up to the top of your head. All right, now we're gonna come back to whatever feels like a nice neutral. And I want you guys to shift your weight very slightly forward to the balls of the feet. And then very softly towards the mid and back foot. And go again, very softly to the front of the feet. So it's like you're almost like swaying in the breeze. And very softly backward. Good. And we're going to cycle through this 3 more times. Feel the pressure into the balls of your feet. Soft pressure under the heels. Let's go 2 more. And back. 1 more. And back. Beautiful job, guys. Let's go ahead and wiggle our toes as best you can. Scrunch them up. Wiggle them back and forth. Give them a little movement. See how the ankles feel. All right, take a couple steps in place. And I think that is how we are going to wind down the day. Beautiful job, guys. Definitely a little bit more challenging today. So I hope you are feeling good and strong and tall. There are a whole bunch of other workouts also available in the 7-day series. So go and check them out. Also, please make sure you like, subscribe, comment on all the things if you enjoyed the workout, because I love hearing from you guys, and it really, really helps the channel grow, so I appreciate it. And with that being said, I will be back with another workout very, very soon.